Thrillers. In this video, I'm going to talk about Assistant to the Villain. This is by Hannah Nicole Mayer? Y'all, I don't know if I said that right, but I tried. This is kind of in the, I guess it would be like humorous romantasy category, I would say. And from the back, assistant wanted. Notorious high-ranking villain seeks loyal, level-headed assistant for unspecified office duties, supporting staff for random mayhem and terror, and other dark things in general. Discretion a must. Excellent benefits. With ailing family to support. Evie, I think it was Evie. I don't think it's Evie. It's either Evie or Evie. Maybe I'll say Evie. I'll go with Evie. Evie Sage's employment status isn't just important, it's vital. So when a mishap with Renadon's most infamous villain results in a job offer, naturally she says yes. No job is perfect, of course, but even less so when you develop a teeny crush on your terrifying, temperamental, and undeniably hot boss. Don't find evil so attractive, Evie. But just when she is getting used to several heads suspended from the ceiling and the odd squish of an errant eyeball beneath her heel, Evie suspects this dungeon has a huge rat, and not just the literal kind, because something's rotten is growing in the kingdom of Renadon, and someone wants to take the villain and his entire nefarious empire out. Now, Evie must not only resist drooling over her boss, but also figure out exactly who is sabotaging his work and ensure he makes them pay. After all, a good job is hard to find. So I just remember like the opening for this book because she has just lost her job and it's like kind of, I don't remember if she gets lost. I remember like she's ruminating on things and thinking about like where she's supposed to go to work next and worried about keeping a job because she is caring for her father who is unwell. And in the whole act of just wandering and ruminating, she ends up stumbling into the villain. And the villain is being pursued by the soldiers out to get him because he's the villain. And he ends up saving her, and they sort of dash off together towards like his place. And that's when I think she ends up revealing that she's looking for a job, and then he ends up hiring her, and it's a whole thing. So yes, she ends up becoming the assistant to the villain. But it's also one of those stories when there's a lot of humor. There's a lot of just funny comments thrown out there, some of which like revolves around the horror of being the assistant for the villain, as it was saying about like the severed heads and the grotesqueness, or like her finding bodies strewn across her desk or what have you, like her workspace is, you know, whatever. It's just funny, a very humorous, I don't know, almost Monty Python-esque sense of humor, but also she can't deny that the villain is really attractive and she finds herself attracted to him. So there is this romantic element underlying the whole story, and the villain does do a lot in order to protect her and make sure that she stays safe. And so it's also one of those stories where you're questioning the villainousness of the villain. Like, he obviously does some would be seen as villainous acts, like he does kill people and display the bodies and what have you, but I would remind people that a lot of victors and heroes do that as well. So I guess the question is whether or not his motives are truly evil, or whether he is seen as the villain because he opposes what the winning side has decided to do. And so there's sort of that question. Also, can I just say that I love the color scheme for this? I love like the purple there, but then like the red stenciled edging. It's gorgeous. This is one of the books that I was like shopping, browsing books on Amazon, as I do, and this was one of the ones that came up with like the beautiful like stenciled edging. In fact, if I go back and remember, so I had found Fourth Wing on a whim, because I had that beautiful dragon stencil, and that's the whole reason I bought that book, and I had no idea it was going to explode and be what it became, like the viral book that it's become. And this is one of the ones that got recommended to me to purchase because I purchased that one, and again was showing like the beautiful stenciled edging, and so I did buy it because of that. And there's a bunch of books actually that I have coming in that'll be scattered throughout the well, I guess now it's just the spring of next year, because I think that when they moved Iron Flame up, they bumped those back, and it's fine, it is what it is. But yeah, that all kind of were sold to me on the fact that they were like fantasy, that they had beautiful stenciled edging. So you'll probably see those and get reviews as well. But Assistant to the Villain was one of them, and I just love this. Like, the only thing that could have made it a little bit better is if it were a nice hardcover with like the embossing, because this is embossed. But like if this were like hardcover, that'd be gorgeous. But it's fine as is. I had a good time with this. I liked seeing the relationship between the our two mains develop. There is like a little frog character, you can sort of see him on the back, that is in here, that was humorous. I liked that as well. I don't know, there's like coworker hijinks and issues with coffee, and I don't know, it just blends like so much like fun, entertaining things along with like that whole will they won't they relationship. I won't get into ethics of boss and underling having a romantic entanglement, but because I think with this, that's not the important part. It is just literally like the two of them like coming together and working together and developing their relationship. That's all that matters. Employment status doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it, because it was just like cute and quirky, but also there's bits of like the gore and the fantasy elements. There's definitely going to be a book 2, because of the way that it ends like on a cliffhanger, where she's going to have to set out on a mission to save our good villain here. Should I call him a good villain? I don't think that's a huge spoiler. I hope not. If not, sorry. And then again, like, I want to see more develop about whether our villain is actually the villain, because I feel like our villain is actually more of a heroic figure, and I think that that which is pursuing the villain is more villainous than the villain. But I don't know yet, because as I said, this is a volume 1. So I think I'm going to have to mark this one as with spoilers, and I think that's fine, with light spoilers. Because I'm not going to give anything like too in-depth away, but like saying that it's a volume 1 and that it's going to be like her saving, I guess is a spoiler. So sorry about that if you tuned in, but like I said, I can just mark my video as having slight spoilers. But I think it works toward like that whole thought about whether or not, like knowing that works towards the main argument being whether or not the villain is that villainous, or if it's perception that does it. And again, not that the villain doesn't do bad things, but it's just that it seems like the other side is also doing that and might be even worse, like pose more of a threat to everything else than what this villain does. The villain mostly seems to be posing a threat toward that other force. So, I don't know. I just hope that the next one has a lot of cute hijinks. I hope it's not just a pursuit type book. You know, where like some of the stories where it starts off strong and you have those relationship things, and then the next one is just like literally the person trying to find the other person and like pining for them. Please don't drag it out like that. Like, I don't mind if there's some of that and then some action and then they're reunited. And then they unite toward like the bigger cause, like taking down the real bad guy or what have you. If it's like that, that'll be fine. But if it's just a dragged out volume, and especially just in order to get to like a third one or something, then I'll just feel betrayed and let down. But as for this one, I had fun. I thought it was just quirky. It was a good time. I didn't have to overthink anything. Enjoyed the characters. Thought their motivation and everything was good. I mean, really, because our main character, she just wants to, like, well, one, have a job, and two, be able to take care of her family. And I always think that's a worthy cause and a good motivation. So I appreciated that a lot. I like that it wasn't like something way over the top. It's literally like, I have to take care of my family. That's accurate and relatable motivation. It doesn't have to be something that's more grandiose or altruistic. That's perfectly normal motivation. So I liked it. I liked the characters. Was it perfect? No, but again, this is one of those ones that's just a fun, quick read. You'll get that bit of like relationship drama that's just fun. A lot of these to me are reading, like, that are being classified as like romantasy, are reading a lot like light novels, and it just makes me laugh because I feel like light novels are perfect for people who are looking for like romantasy, cozy fantasy. All of those things are like within light novels. And so I like read these trends and I'm like, yo, get on the trend train and read the light novels as well, because they're so good and they're probably exactly what you're looking for. So much like these, only like shorter bursts of it. I don't know. I'm just having a good time with a lot of these readings. Like, they're up my alley. They give me a break from reality and take me to nice, fantastic worlds where even if there's some gore, it's a fun time while exploring the gore. That is it for this video. Until next time, bye.